Hello friends, welcome back to Flavors and Knowledge, the podcast who seeks for food and history. And today is the turn of Panpapato or Panpepato from the city of Ferrara in Emilia Romagna. Think for a second. Flour, candied fruit, dry fruit, sugar, cocoa and spices, especially nutmeg and cinnamon, all wrapped together in extra dark chocolate casing, makes the Panpapato a most delicious sweet. It is low in fat. The only fat in fact comes from the almonds. It has no eggs or milk in the dough. This particular confection is perfect for those of us on a diet, but still looking for something sweet to satisfy our palates. The unique fragrance and flavor of this cake is dominated by chocolate, which is layered with spice note from ingredients such as nutmeg, cinnamon, candied fruit, and almonds. And according to the most authoritative sources, the origin of this cake are said to date back to around the 16th century, to the cloister convent of the Corpus Domini in Ferrara. There, nuns would make a spice bread to send as a gift to the high prelates during the Christmas season. Indeed, at the end of the lavish banquets of the Este court, there was a tradition to serve dessert, resembling bread seasoned with spices. Panpapato followed this tradition. It was so delicious that it was deemed only fit for a pope, which is why it came to be shaped in the form of a cardinal headwear. It was only later in 1902, when chocolate came into the scene, which of course was unheard of in the 1500s, that this spice cake was declared a long-lasting success. Today, however, the PGI label, which stands for Protected Indication of Geography Location, and it is highly coveted by companies making the sweet bread in Ferrara, certifies that Panpapato is made according to precise specifications validated by the European Commission. This is important recognition that places Panpepato on the list of certified food and wine specialties from across the Emilia Romagna region. And that is all for this episode of Flavors and Knowledge. Please check back with us for our next product that we're going to be searching for, continuing our effort in the food and history in order to educate every one of us. Eat healthy and stay well. Ciao, ciao. Hello, friends. Welcome back to Flavors and Knowledge, the food learning podcast, where we strive for honest food talk and few opinions. I'm your host, Chef Walter. Today we'll talk about the history of Jewish delis. And if we turn the clock backwards for a few years, we'll notice that Jewish delis in New York City especially began in the late 19th century, when Eastern European Jewish immigrants settled in the city. These immigrants brought their homeland's culinary traditions, including foods like pickled herring, smoked fish, and pastrami. In the Big Apple, delis popped up on small storefronts that sold the traditional Jewish foods like bagel, lox, and gefilte fish. These delis quickly became popular gatherings, places for the Jewish community that soon became an essential part of Jewish culture in the city. And as the popularity of Jewish delis grew, they expanded their menus and offerings to include a wide variety of foods such as matzo ball soups, knishes, and corned beef. These delis also began to develop their unique style, with large, ornate display of meats and pickled vegetables, murals, and other decorative elements. In the middle of the 20th century, Jewish delis reached the height of their popularity, with hundreds of delis scattered throughout the city. These locations were often bustling, noisy places where customers would line up for hours to taste their favorite food, that reminiscence of their childhood. However, in the later portion of the 20th century, the popularity of Jewish delis began to wane as the Jewish population in New York declined, and younger generations moved away from traditional Jewish foods. Today, only a handful of delis continue to serve traditional Jewish foods and provide a natural taste of the city's rich cultural heritage, most of them located in the Brooklyn and Queens neighborhood. And that is all for this brief episode on Jewish delis. I hope it was to your interest. I will reconnect on the next round with another exciting topic. So eat well and stay well. Ciao, ciao.